this happened. I was right out there, and then I wasn't looking, I wasn't paying attention, head first into a car. So that was pretty wild. It definitely spiced my life up. So it was pretty interesting. And then yesterday, I just slammed my head in my car door. I don't know what I was doing. Being stupid. I was at Party City getting a freaking costume, and I just didn't duck my head down. And I sandwiched like a pinball machine in the door. So I'm all beat up, but yeah, I'm good.
What was the costume?
It was a Starbucks employee. Yeah. Pumpkin spice lattes. Yeah. Yeah.
So I guess was the bye week useful, I guess, in terms of resting?
Oh yeah, it was good. As you get into like week 8, week 9, your body kind of takes a toll on you. Just practice every day, and it's not like we had any big injuries that we're resting from, but it's just getting to be off your feet a little bit and kind of mentally decompress too. Get to sit back and kind of watch some ball. It was good. It was needed.
I guess you watched Oklahoma.
I did. Yeah, I was looking at this TV with Oklahoma on, and then Syracuse is at noon with Notre Dame. So I'm like running in between each room, seeing what the score is. Heart rate's like 140. It shouldn't be because I'm not playing, but I kind of feel like I'm there with my dad, kind of watching him and hoping they can freaking destroy anybody they play. So, but yeah, it was good.
What's it like the first time, obviously a couple of years ago, when you walk into Notre Dame Stadium and, you being a college football family, you probably connected to that iconic side of what Notre Dame is like.
Yeah, it was really historic. COVID, lessened the amount of people that could be in there, whatever. But it was, it's just, I was really in awe of how cool it was. The whole campus, it's extremely historic, beautiful architecture and whatever. And yeah, the stadium it was just really cool. I was like, wow, I really get to be here in this venue. I'm like thinking about Rudy the whole time. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
Do you let that go for this trip up there? Obviously, you've been there before. You played them a couple of times in 2020, so you know what it's like facing them, I guess.
Yeah, you don't really try to ever let the moment get too big, and of course you can go in and appreciate it, but at the same time, don't let it overwhelm you. But you can always stop and smell the roses, and you definitely should. So I'll enjoy it just as much as 2 years ago.
Were you a little guy in high school in 2015, the rain game here with Notre Dame, and bring your own BYOG, bring your own guts, that kind of stuff?
That was really cool. And then, just kind of watching that and how electric our atmosphere was and how close of a game it was. So, we've got some, real competitiveness in the past couple of years, in the past times we've played Notre Dame. Obviously twice in 2020, and then the big rain game in 15. So it's pretty historic right now.
You mentioned you were watching the Syracuse-Notre Dame game. What stood out to you about the way Notre Dame played in that game?
They play with a lot of passion, and that's a direct reflection of their leadership and their coaching. I was mainly focused on their offense, but they do a really good job of being so efficient, and that's because of how well they do on first and second down. They get to a 3rd and 3 or less. And as a defensive player, that's like, I wish you would just, get to a 3rd and 11, and do something stupid and shoot yourself in the foot. But they don't do that, and they're, that's why they're so consistent. It's because their first and second down production, and then, you watch, their tight end play, and it's, 87's unreal and probably the best, tight end we're going to see all year. But they've got, more than just one guy who's fully capable of doing it, and so they can get in some heavier sets. And then they've got 3 running backs who are big dudes and not afraid of contact and willing to punish defensive guys. So they take a lot of pride in their run game. Another a credit to why they're so good on first and second is because they're willing to nickel and dime you through that run game. And then quarterback's done a really good job of just kind of managing the flow of their offense and executing. And then their offensive line, just some big guys and can move people out of the way and then climb to the second level as well. So, we've definitely got our hands full in a tall task.
Tyler, going from the summer to now, where do you feel like you've grown the most within your game?
question. Probably just my confidence. I think in myself, and I've always really, kind of known what to do and stuff, but just really believing it, and getting lined up and kind of trusting it, and just kind of letting the game get really slow for me, and just trusting my eyes and trusting what I'm seeing, and just not really trying to do too much.
Obviously, Brian Percy is a roommate of yours, and how have you seen him navigate, the last however many months?
Yeah, it's been tough. He's just such a good dude. I can't imagine, how that would be for me. But just to see him, he's just so passionate about everything he does, and his whole family. His parents are such good people. He's really good people. And it's been hard. But he's just kind of just kept going, and he's just such a good dude. So.
Any questions for T-Bone from Zoom?